Hi guys, it's Ashley here and it's Thursday today and just want to give you an update on what I've done so far in the markets. I shared with you the dollar yen trade already, which I managed to get some profit on. It was a double top, which I explained in the webinar, and also it had some other confluences such as the McD divergence and the round number, and also I basically took it on the confirmation. So with that one I managed to bank around 75 odd pips on that one. So here I cashed out there because then the FOMC was going to be due out in an hour or so. So got out of that trade, made 70 odd pips on that one, and overnight we had the Bank of Japan news, and it has basically gone the other way. So managed the trade well on that one, and the Bank of Japan kept the rate the same. And today you have the euro finance rate, so that is going to affect mostly all euro pairs and also some of the dollar pairs. Um, but I managed to find another opportunity on the one of the US pairs, and that's the dollar CAD. So yesterday the long worked perfectly in here, but it was just too close to take the trade because it was only around 35 odd pips, and normally this thing does around 50 odd pips. So there was a chance that this could have spiked through and then maybe gone back up. Um, I suppose we don't advise to trade the news, but um, take the trades after the dust has settled and everything is out of the way. So for this one, this looks clear to me after yesterday, and I was basically watching this for a long, and I managed to get that today, and it was basically on the short time frame. So if I walk you through that, it was just basically support and resistance. So on the daily time frame we were looking to long there, but because of the news we couldn't take it. So I waited for the price to close above and give me a confirmation around in here. I then went on to the shorter time frames, and I did see an inverse head and shoulder pattern here, which I've shown you several times that these head and shoulder patterns can come on the shorter time frames. So then we had the breakout over here, which is when I entered, and the clue was already before because it made a new higher high here among these highs and then came down to make a high low and then a high high again. So that's when I got in, and very bullish breakout over there as we can see, and then basically hardly been any drawdown and the trade has gone into profit. I am currently up around 60 odd pips. I'm gonna leave it to run a little bit further because um, we still got Friday tomorrow, and the trade has the potential to do a lot more to the upside. So we'll see how that goes, and I will keep you updated. Hi guys, final update on the dollar CAD trade. If you watched Mark's video, you probably saw he got a much better entry than me, and he banked around 80 pips on this trade, left some to run, banking I think 80%, that's what he said, and leaving 20% to run because he thinks it might go to the upside even more, and it is what I think as well. I would have liked to hold this a little bit longer, um, to allow this to go to the upside, because if you look at the dollar index as well, it has not really approached 99.50, so it does have a little bit of more room to go to the upside, before it starts rejecting around here, which is where I think also the dollar CAD could go a little bit higher. So yes, I would like to hold it a little bit longer, but I will do that, but I will also take some partial profit on this trade, and that's also because you have some Canadian GDP coming out later. So whatever that result comes out as, it could have a reaction on the dollar CAD, of course, and also on the other CAD pairs. And I'm in the dollar CAD, so for me this one is quite important. So what I'm going to do is I am going to close one lot on this trade, and I will also move my stop loss to break even. I will see how the trade goes. If it is too close, it's around 50 pips, it's allowing it enough room, for the weekend as well. So I do think it is going to go up here. It's around 70 odd pips. It's not done the range as well, so 20 pips more to do the range. But if we do get a nice move around that news, then that could be a very nice trade to close around in here before the weekend. And also, this is one of those examples I was telling you. It's a nice hybrid between M2 and the support and resistance method, because we were looking to take this trade over here, but because of the news we couldn't. And most of the times, sometimes the trade will give you also a confirmation after the news, which is what you can enter on, and this is exactly what it did. And this is what I mean. I'm trying to find a way to show you that it is possible to also trade this other way using support and resistance. And I'm going to try and combine it with M2, because you can see here that's the trade there, which was a forward order, but we couldn't take it because of the news. Then price consolidates, breaks out around here, but we had the confirmation on the 1 hour over here, which is when we took it, inverse head and shoulder breakout, and is gone to the upside. And I do think this is also above this level of support over here, and when price is above here, price tends to go up. So I'm gonna look to hold that trade. And yeah, that's around 50 pips on that, and also 70 pips on dollar yen. So 110 pips for the week. Not such a bad week considering we have so much news. But good luck, and have a good weekend.